As a sex educator, a comedian, and baby mama, I was invited to talk to you all today, and I consider it an honor, a privilege, and a responsibility to have this talk with you all. But before I begin, I think it would be absolutely remiss if I didn't at least acknowledge the fact that they asked me to stand on a red dot and not make a period joke. Let it flow. But what I want to talk to you about today is actually a serious topic, and that is metoo. That's a movement that we're all familiar with across America, where 1 in 5 American women are experiencing rape or attempted rape in the course of their lifetime. Those odds actually go up to 1 in 4 if you go to college. 1 in 33 men experience this type of assault as well. This is a violent problem in our society, and people are joking about it, particularly in stand-up comedy. So I want to talk about the pyramid of hate. As you can see at the top of this pyramid is genocide. I think we can all agree that genocide is the ultimate form of hate. But if you notice right under that, the second highest tier of the pyramid of hate is rape, is assault, is terrorism. And it starts with jokes. It starts with letting in negative information, not interrupting that, maybe even telling bad jokes. In 2012, Daniel Tosh, you might know him from a show called Tosh.0, he was at an open mic. Open mics are where comedians go for batting practice to get better at their jokes. They're often really bad jokes at that point. He told a bad rape joke, and a woman on the front row said something. She was a survivor, she was hurt, she was offended, and she stood up and she said, "This isn't funny, I'm leaving." And then Daniel Tosh proceeded to say, "Wouldn't it be really hilarious if she got gang raped right now in front of all of us?" That was 2012. So there are bad rape jokes, we hear them all the time, but I wanna say there are also good rape jokes, which is sort of a weird thing to say, I know. But that's our job as comedians, is to put a mirror up to society and stimulate discourse and talk about difficult things and maybe make you laugh if we're good at it. There's a local comedian, his name is Eric Moore. He tells a joke and it goes something like this. "Are you guys ready to hear my rape joke? Well, I'm gonna tell it anyway, whether you like it or not. That's my rape joke." That's his joke, not mine, but you see what he did there? He put a light on a problem, which is consent. In the absence of no, we assume yes, and that's a problem. In 2016, Donald Trump made comments on the campaign trail where he said you can't rape your spouse. This is a common myth that women don't have rights to their own body in marriage. There's another local comedian who tells a joke, and his joke goes something like this. "I accidentally called my wife the wrong name while I was making love to her the other night. I'm glad she was sleeping." Cringeworthy, absolutely. And me, as a comedian who's about to go on stage and follow that, is very triggered, because me too. I too was married. Me too. I woke up while my spouse was perpetrating me. It's not funny. It starts with jokes. Jokes lead to violent acts. We know this from comedians like Bill Cosby, Louis C.K. They told jokes, and they also engaged in violent acts like rape and assault. And that is equal to terrorism on the pyramid of hate. Domestic terrorism is something that we're all trying to fight in this country. And 20% of women are experiencing rape or attempted rape. If that were the flu, we'd be doing more to stop it. We can do more to stop this, and we can take that pyramid of hate and we can flip it on its head, and we can do something and engage in something called bystander intervention. It's really simple. You've seen it in New York in subways to fight domestic terrorism, and it's if you see something, say something, right? The idea is right there. If you see something, hear something, notice something, you become aware, you are now a responsible bystander because you know about it. But we often don't assume responsibility. We often look away and we say, "That's not my problem. That's their problem." If it were the flu, we'd be doing more to stop it. It's all of our problem. And so you might not know how to get involved. So people are afraid for their safety, which is maybe why they don't walk up and say, "Excuse me, sir, I think you might be a rapist." You could be that direct, but you could also take a picture. You could make a phone call. You could create a distraction and say, "I think you're getting towed, man," right? There's a lot of ways to get involved, but the important thing is that you do get involved and you say something or do something and take action. So we can take that Me Too movement and we can flip it on its head. And instead of 20% of survivors being able to say "Me Too," we could flip that. And the other 80% of us could get involved and say "We too." We did something. We said something. So this talk is about ideas worth spreading, and this is a really simple one that I want you to take home today. If you see something, say something. It's that simple. So I'm gonna be a hokey sex ed teacher right now and make you guys do a call and response and repeat after me. If you see something,
say something.
That was pretty good. I think you can do better. I think we can all do better. If you see something,
say something.
Until the violence stops. Period. Hey.